we will be doing Diary of a Wimpy Kid Logic Rules. And let's just read a few chapters, so let's just get into it. Alright. Sunday. Roderick has a big science fair project due right before Christmas break, and it looks like Mom and Dad are making Roderick do it all by himself. Last year, Roderick's science project is called Does Watching Violent Movies Make People Think Violent Thoughts? I guess the idea was to have people watch horror movies and then draw pictures afterwards to show how the movies affect them. But it wasn't, it was just really an excuse for Roderick and his friends to watch a bunch of horror movies on school nights. Scream Chomp. Roderick's friends got the movie watching part done, but they didn't draw a single picture, and the night before the science fair, Roderick didn't have anything to show for himself. So, me, Mom, and Dad had to bail Roderick out. Dad typed out the paper. Mom made the poster board stuff, and I had to draw a bunch of pictures. I did my best to image what teenagers would draw after watching violent movies. That's what he drew. The thing that really stinks is that I caught heat from Mom when she saw my drawings because she said they were disturbing and that why I only was allowed to watch G-rated movies for the rest of the year. But if you want to talk about disturbing, you should have seen some of the stuff Manny was coming up with those days. One night, Roderick accidentally left on one of the horror movies DVD player, and when Manny went to turn on cartoons the next day, he got Roderick's movie instead. I came across a couple of Manny's drawings after that, and some of them were even to give me nightmares. That's scary. Tuesday, Mom and Dad set up due dates for Roderick on a science fair project. And by 6 tonight, he was supposed to tell them the theme of his experience. But at 6:45, things weren't looking so good. Roderick was watching a show about astronauts and what happens to them after they've been up in space for a long time. The show said that the astronauts get back to Earth, they're actually taller than when they left. And the reason is because there's no gravity in space, so their spines decompress or something. Well, that gave Roderick an idea he was looking for. Roderick told Mom and Dad he was going to do his science experiment on the effect of zero gravity on the human spine. And from the way Roderick was talking it up, you'd think the results of his experiments were going to benefit mankind. Dad seemed pretty impressed, or maybe he was just relieved that Roderick actually came through on his first task. But I think Dad started to see things a little different later on when he told Roderick to take out the trash out to the curb. I can't, I'm doing my research. Wednesday. Yesterday at school, they announced tryouts for the big winter talent show. As soon as I found it out, I came up with this awesome idea for the country skit that made me and Riley could do. But I admit the real reason I wrote it is to give myself an excuse to talk to Holly Hills, who is Heather Hills' sister, the most popular girl in my grade. The boy whose family thinks he's a dog. Look, honey, our dog is standing on its hind legs. I am a person, not a dog. You're not supposed to be up on the couch, you dumb mutt. Don't you growl at me. But I'm not a dog. I'm your son. We're off on a remote vacation. I guess we'll have to put you in the kennel. Well, woof, woof, woof to you, too. But I want to go with you guys. Credits. Writer, Greg Heffley. Director, Greg Heffley. Dad, Greg Heffley. Mom, Holly Hills. Dog boy, Riley Jefferson. I showed Riley the script, but he wasn't too enthusiastic about the idea. Shove. You'd think Riley would be grateful that I was gonna make him a big star, but like Mom always says, there are some people you just can't please. Riley went and found someone else to partner with for the talent show. He's gonna do a magic act with this kid from his karate class named Scotty Douglas. And if you want to know if I'm jealous, let me put you in this way. Scotty Douglas is in the 1st grade, so Riley will be lucky if he doesn't get beat up at school for this. They're having one big talent show for the elementary school and the middle school and the high school. So that means RODRICK and his band are going to be in the same competition as Riley and Scotty Douglas. RODRICK's all fired up about the talent show. His band has never played in front of a crowd, so they see this as their big chance to get noticed. RODRICK is still grounded, but the rule is that he's not allowed to leave the house, so his band just comes over every day to practice down in the basement. I think Dad's starting to wish he had worded RODRICK's punishment a little differently. But if RODRICK's band really thinks they can win this talent show, they better get serious and play some actual music, because they spent their last 2 practice fooling around with a new echo pedal they got over the weekend. Somebody farted. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. If you guys want to see another video of Diary of Your Wimpy Kid, Roger the Rule, leave it in the comments below. And that's going to be it for this video. So, bye guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Peace!